Heh. We're not sure how to start an intro, so you just make random noises. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Sketch With Me video. Today I'll be drawing our queen, our goddess, Kiyoko from the Haikyuu series. I don't know about y'all, but Kyoko's just a giant mood. My gosh, like come on. She's a mood. She's goals. Honestly, she is goals. She is goals for literally anyone. I don't care what you identify as. She is goals. Okay. And again, we're starting off with guidelines because without guidelines, what would drawing be? Please explain to me how, if you can draw without guidelines, then first of all, amazing. Second of all, teach me your ways, master. Okay? And gosh, I don't even know how to, normally talk to this phone. There's gonna be a lot of erasing and drawing again. I can just go ahead and outright and just tell y'all that there is going to be lots of mistakes, but I'm actually excited to be making those mistakes so that I can know what I need to focus on to improve my drawing even further. Sometimes it's good to just have that mindset where if you're scared that you're gonna mess up or you're gonna screw up something, then of course if it's like something major, maybe not as much, but you could always think of it as an opportunity to improve, because every mistake that happens is an opportunity to make a different success. Every mistake that happens is an opportunity for success. It's an opportunity for growth. And even though it's super cliche to be saying those things, it's a true cliche thing to say. So I just wanted to remind all of you guys that even if you make mistakes, as long as you learn and grow from those mistakes, then you should be proud of yourself. But that doesn't apply to everything. There are some things that can apply to, but in general, a good rule of thumb for drawing is whenever you make a mistake, try to figure out why you made that mistake in the first place, and then see what you can do to improve or to prevent that from happening again and again and again. And you might repeat that mistake a few times before you get a hang of not doing it, but as long as eventually you do get the hang of, correcting that anatomy mistake, correcting that coloring mistake, correcting that mindset, then you're good. I don't know about what the weather is like where you guys are at. How about you guys tell me, is it nice and sunny where you are at right now? Because over the past few days it's been pretty stormy, which I've kind of enjoyed because I like storms. But I might just be the weird person here. Do any of you like storms? Comment below what's your favorite weather, because mine has to be raining. Because it's extremely calming, first of all. Second of all, sometimes the sun is just a little bit too much. Just a little bit too much. It keeps us alive and happy and healthy with that vitamin D and stuff. But Still, I kind of do like the rain just a little bit more. So I've been having fun with the rain the past few days. Also, I should probably mention, I will be posting the next lesson time. It will be coming out on either Thursday or Friday. Every 2 weeks this comic will be coming out. So instead of weekly, this comic will be an every 2-week deal, at least at the very moment, while I still get the hang of the strings. If you guys have any suggestions for pacing on this comic, or how to speed up the drawing, coloring, lining process, etc., I would love for you to tell me in the comments, because that would be extremely helpful. So that way I can get this out to you guys even faster. And if you have any ideas for a different series that you would like me to do, please do let me know. If you guys have any suggestions for any platforms that I could be on, I would also like to know, because I would like to start posting some artwork somewhere else where other people can find me, you know, just in case like you don't really like you prefer something other than YouTube, like if you prefer Instagram over YouTube, or something, or a different platform, a lesser known platform would also be great, because you know I'm trying to reach everywhere. So basically, if you have a place, let me know in the comments. And if you have any suggestions for who you'd like me to draw, leave it in the comments, because I would love to get used to drawing different people and different poses. It's great practice, by the way. If you want to practice your drawing and widen your style, or widen your character creation or poses, to just draw different people from shows, from cartoons, from movies. Basically just draw your favorite character from anywhere, and it'll help you get used to different character designs. Also try to look at character designs and how it goes with their personality. You know, if you want to start practice characterization through what's it called? Character design. If you want to do characterization through that. Are any of you writers as well? I know that there are lots of artists / writers out there, so if you do, and if you have a story or art channel of your own, let me know, and I would love to go and see what you guys have out. You know, we could help each other here. A nice little community for ourselves. I don't know why I sighed like that. Also, if the lighting keeps going in and out, please excuse that, because like I said, it's raining, but also not. Mother Nature's completely confused right now. She doesn't know whether she wants it to be sunny or rainy. So she says, yes, I'll just do both, you know, why not? Let's just have both. Okay, so have you guys ever done that thing at the pool with your parents or someone supervising you where you pretend to be drowning? Like, have you ever done that before? Because I don't like it when people pretend to be in some serious danger, because, okay, the whole the boy who cried wolf thing could occur and happen, and, you know, you might actually scare someone completely. However, when I was younger, we used to do that a lot, me and my siblings, and one time we were at the pool, and we were at the deeper end, right? We were little, we were young, we were like, you know what, we're gonna sneak off to the deep end, and we're gonna go and play there. And then we had these noodles where, I don't know if you guys have seen them, I'll see if I can find a picture and put it up over here somewhere, but it happened where it was like a noodle, a pool noodle, but it had a dinosaur head and a seat and like a tail. My sister and I, being our smart young selves, decided to do was both get on this pool noodle, but we both couldn't fit on the seat itself. So we decided that we were going to be smart, and we had a genius plan where she would crawl onto my shoulders while we rode this thing over to the deep end. And I think you guys know where this is going, okay? We get over to the deep end, and where we're at, there's like the main part where there's a shallow end. But then there's swimmer lanes. And then there's a lowered place in the pool itself for you to sit on. It's still under the water, but you can sit on it. And it's kind of like those platforms in The Sims, but you can sit there, right? So we were going to go and swim over there on this pool noodle to sit. Okay, so we're getting on there. We finally climb on, and we're having, we're laughing. We're unbalanced, but we're laughing more because we're unbalanced, right? Okay, so we're almost there. And then all of a sudden, the pool noodle slips out from underneath and we're floating. Not floating, okay, we're not floating. For a second there, we're floating. We're like, okay, what's happening? And then all of a sudden, we both start sinking, okay? And we're freaking out, and my sister's freaking out, so she's on top of my shoulders. Again, remember, she's on my shoulders. So she's like pushing her body off my shoulders to try and get up over the water, which pushes my head and my body further down from the top of the water. So she's gasping for air. I'm over here struggling underneath, and we're both calling for our parent, right? We're both calling for our parents, for someone to come help, right? And like so my mom is laughing with some of the other adults there at the pool. She's laughing and she's having a good time, and she just looks over and she waves, and then she goes back to talking. And okay, so eventually we do get over to the seating area, and we're gasping for air, and I turn over to my mom and I shout, "Mama, we were drowning! Why didn't you help?" And she was laughing it off, and she's like, yeah, and then she went back to talking. So we went back to playing because I was mad at mom, so I wasn't going to talk to her anymore, right? So I remember we were talking about a few fun things about the pool earlier this year, and I was like, "Hey mom, remember that time that Hannah and I almost drowned?" And she goes, "Huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, remember the time where we were both going up and under the water, and I was calling for your name to try and help us? Like, why didn't you come help?" And she's like, "Oh, I thought you guys were playing because you'd always play around that." And I was like, "See this?" I was like, "Man, like, why would I do that?" So now I'm definitely not liking when some people pretend to be hurt like that, because you're going to be in trouble one day, and you're going to be screaming for help, and someone's going to think you're playing, or someone's going to think that it's just another joke, and they're not going to help you, and it might end badly, and it will probably end badly. So if any of y'all like play being hurt seriously like that or something, like don't do that, because you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt, and you might not make out. You might not come out of that like you want to. You might get seriously hurt, and I don't want you guys to get hurt over a reason like that. So, anyways, that's my story. Do y'all have any funny pool stories? Because I remember also there's this pool friend. You know how sometimes when I'm gonna say back then, like it's been that long, but where you'd have these friends where you only see them at school, or you only see them at certain places. So it's not like you're friends, it's just that whenever you're there, you become the best buddies, you're inseparable completely, and the world bows at your feet. So that's what I did. That's what I had. I had this friend, and we're gonna call them Alex for safety's sake. Alex and I were pool buddies, basically. So whenever we'd go there, we wouldn't see each other frequently there, but whenever it would happen that we're both at the pool at the same time, oh boy, you could not keep us apart at all. So Alex was one day they went, "Oh hey, do you want to see if we can find secret traps under the pool?" And I was like, yeah, sure, let's see if we can find secret traps under the pool, because our pool is lined with these tiles at the very bottom. I don't know if anyone else's pool is like that. And these eyes, I can't get them Right! I told you lots of erasing and redoing, but we were gonna go under and look for traps because Alex believes in the paranormal. So we were going to go under and look for some ghost traps. And I was a little skeptical, but I was like, you know what? Sure, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna go underwater down to the very bottom, and we are going to look for ghost traps. So we start off in the shallow end, okay? And we're searching for these tiles, and we're pressing down on tiles trying to see if we can find one that's gonna open up to a secret passageway. And then we start going deeper and deeper and deeper to the deep end, right? So eventually we're both at the deeper part of the pool because it gradually gets deeper. There's a line that separates the shallow end from the deep end, and we gradually get deeper and deeper, and then we cross under that line. And the deepest part of the pool is covered, the bottom is covered with spiders and bugs. So we are under the pool looking for these tiles, and then all of a sudden this boy this boy cannonballs out of the top, lands on my back, pushes me down, and like the impact like pushes me down to the very, very bottom of the deepest part of the pool, and I hit the bottom, and then this cloud of scrunched up spiders and bugs like bounces up and lands on me, and I freak out completely, and I like jump up. Underwater jump up, and I'm swimming all the way up to the top because the air's been knocked out of me, right? So I can't breathe. I have no more oxygen. Or, like dramatic me thinking that I'm gonna die now because I can't breathe. And I was covered with spiders. Two combinations that you don't want. Not being able to breathe at all and being covered with spiders. Those are two things that you don't want. So that's another pool experience that I remember deeply. I also remember, that show, Liv and Maddie on Disney Channel? I don't know if you know that show. But there's this one song where Liv finds Maddie's notebook, like her diary almost, of poems, and she turns that poem into a song. I forgot what that song's called. Hold on. Oh, that's gonna bother me for the rest of the day. I don't know what that song is called. Y'all can just remind me in the comments what that song is called, because I completely forgot. But I just remember like going to the deep end again, and lots of these have to do with the deep end because most of these are happening when I've gotten older, so I'm able to go to the deeper end more frequently now because now my head actually comes out from the bottom of the water and I can swim properly, and I look up at the sun, which is glaring down on the pool, and I go underwater and I just watch the sun through the ripples on the pool water's surface, where it's in that rainbow color when the sun hits the water, and it's bright. There's so many different colors, and I remember just singing that song in my head while sinking further and further down. Oh, that has to be one of the best pool experiences that I can remember. I love doing that, and we haven't been to the pool in a while because of the pandemic, but I remember I used to just love doing that, and I would do that so often. I remember one day I spent majority of the day just going up and down under the water. I'm gonna see if I can fix it without having to redraw the entire thing, because she's supposed to be leaning and I didn't draw like a line of action. So mistake number one, always draw a line of action. star. Or like draw your head, draw your joints, and then draw your line of action. Because you need that line of action for your action. She's supposed to be leaning like this. So I'm gonna see if I can just briefly draw that leaning motion and then draw in shoulders. You know what? That's just what I have to do. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're having fun and I'm still learning. Over here, hopefully you guys are learning something too. I don't know if any of you have good relationships with your siblings, but if you do, please tell me a story in the comments of a funny thing that happened or just anything with your siblings, and I'll see if I can tell it in the next video. That way we can have something to talk about, something to get closer with you guys with, and something to talk about as well, because I think that'll be really fun. And I can't seem to get this right. Please. Okay, give me a second while I fix this. Okay, so I'm back. I think I fixed it somewhat. But I would also like to know what you like to draw, dear person watching this. I don't know what exactly you enjoy doing. So please tell me what you enjoy to draw. Is it backgrounds? Because personally, I don't really like backgrounds. Drawing backgrounds, I love the idea of drawing backgrounds. It just seems so calm and cool to do, but the actual act of doing it is kind of just like, ooh, kind of scary almost. So if you have any suggestions as well for drawing backgrounds and being more confident, please do share with all of us. By the way, I lost my other kneaded eraser, and this one is not my favorite at all because it leaves splotches. Unless you go over it carefully like this, it leaves splotches, see? And it just, I don't know why it leaves splotches. Maybe you guys know, maybe it's just the nature of this specific one. But I hate that about this. Whatever, I have a kneaded eraser to use, so I guess that's good. I guess that's good enough. When I first wanted to draw Kiyoko, I didn't want to draw her in her usual either school uniform or the volleyball club uniform for managers, because I wanted to do something a bit more, closer to, I wanted to play around with her personality and characterization again, for what to put her in something that I think that she'd wear. But at the end, I decided that I was just gonna put her in a t-shirt and sweatpants because wearing t-shirt and sweatpants is a mood. First of all, I think she would definitely enjoy doing that. I think she'd dress up when she wants to, but at the same time, if she ever just feels like not wearing or not doing a certain day, then she'll just put on whatever she feels like, and then she'll go out because she's like, screw people's opinions about me. I'm just gonna go out and do what I want, So, again, goals. Come on. Who's your favorite character from Haikyuu? And why? Because I have a couple of favorites. I like Tanaka because he's crazy and I love it. I love Kiyoko with all my heart and my soul and my spirit. And if I could just, be with her for the rest of my life, I'd love to do that as well. But, I don't think Tanaka or Nishi would be happy with that. Nishinoya is also my favorite. I also like Nishinoya a lot. He's pretty cool. Oh, and we love our salt shaker, don't we? I know some people probably don't like him because of his attitude, and I can kind of understand why, because, there are a lot of characters that have a bad personality I just don't like at all. But then again, I do like Azula and Kuvira from the Avatar series and the Legend of Korra series. So, who am I to talk? If I like those two, But moving on. Maybe I do have a type for the crazy people. I mean, Tsukishima is not crazy. He's just salty in a mood. And I think probably because he has a personality that sometimes you wish you want to have, but at the same time, like, I'm not a mean person at all, and I can't, even if I tried to, I couldn't be mean, so it wouldn't really work. I'm more like Tadashi. Like, I couldn't be mean even if I tried to, you know? So, because I just end up feeling bad at the end and apologizing like crazy. So, yeah, or, okay, there's two things. Either A, I'd end up apologizing like crazy, or B, which, like, I feel like apologizing like crazy, but at the same time, I feel like being stubborn and holding my ground and not budging, because why would I apologize for something like that, you know? And sometimes I just, like, I want to apologize, but at the same time, it's like, yo, it's not completely my fault. Like, if I'm gonna apologize, you're gonna apologize too. Okay, we're both apologizing for this. Even though I probably did most of this, we're both apologizing for this, okay? Because you had something that you did made me angry. So we're both apologizing. And if you're not apologizing, I'm not apologizing. So, yeah. That's me. That's me. That's a little insight onto my personality. Do you guys like apologizing? Do you guys apologize frequently for things that aren't your fault? Because I feel like I'm a mixture of apologizing for things that aren't my fault and being stubborn to apologize about things that are my fault. But, you know, whatever. It's whatever. Everyone's a bit different with the way they apologize, if they apologize a lot, because some people don't apologize. And they think they're great at everything. When really they can just, you know, disappear from the face of the earth and never be seen again. I'm not pointing to anyone in particular, just so you know. Anyways. So, what did you eat for breakfast today, if you even remember? Or if you've even eaten breakfast? And if you didn't eat for breakfast, what was the last thing that you've eaten? The last thing I ate was guacamole. I don't know if you guys are also avocado people, because I eat avocado a lot. Avocado is amazing. I don't know why some people don't like it, because I know some of my siblings don't like avocado. And I'm over here thinking, what? Also, have any of you eaten mangoes before? I know it's not a common thing to eat here in the States, but if you guys have eaten mangoes, are you guys mango people? Because I'm a hardcore. Because one thing that I found out is that you're either a hardcore mango person or you're a hardcore anti-mango person. So, are you a mango person or are you not? And if you're not, do you like watermelon or pineapple? Because I love both of those. Though if I could choose one, it'd probably have to be pineapple. Except for the fact that pineapple eats you when you eat it because of the acids in the pineapple. Fun fact if you didn't know. Pineapples eat you. I don't know if you guys want to hear any facts or any cool things, because I want to tell you guys some interesting facts, but at the same time, the facts that I know might be a bit concerning, because I would walk up to my mom and tell her something interesting. For example, the other day, I'd walk up to her and say, hey mom, you want to hear an interesting fact? And she says, sure, go ahead and tell me. And I said, okay, did you know that the average human body has 8 liters of blood, and that if you lose 2 of those liters, then you bleed out? And she looked at me and she went, child, are you okay? And I said, Mama, what do you think? So now whenever I walk up to her and I say, hey mom, you want to hear something cool? She's like, no, I'm scared. I don't want to hear something cool. So, yeah, but if you guys want to hear anything else interesting, then, I mean, I can go ahead and tell you that. Some more interesting things. I'm not exactly sure what else can be really interesting. I mean, if you sharpen a butter knife well enough, then it would cut straight through paper, you know? But, I guess that's also cool, because I'll just randomly be standing and say something like that. I'm honestly concerned one day that I'm going to tell someone that, and, like, they're just going to be, like, completely terrified. But I don't think they will be, because that's not how most people work. I'm probably just overthinking, again, like I usually do, but whatever. Though I do think I'm gonna end this video here because I am done with the sketching. I was planning on just sketching Miss Kiyoko today. So if you guys enjoyed this video, do let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!